We've talked about all the things that don't work, and right now I'm going to show you what does work. And we're going to start with a passive activity of spinal decompression. I'm going to show you that right over here. I'm going to demonstrate a simple passive position to decompress your spine. This position puts your big joints into gentle flexion and traction so that they are decompressed when gravity is not acting on you. When I'm laying down, gravity is no longer acting on my spine to compress it. So it can handle some flexion. So I'm gonna get up on here. I'm gonna show you real quickly, and there are nuances depending on what you have going on, but for most people, a pillow or two under the knees, dead center over the pillow, and then you're gonna roll back, and you just wanna make sure that your shoulders, neck, and head are on the pillow. If I hold my feet straight, that's a lot of work and it makes my hips tight. So I'm gonna just let my knees fall out, little external rotation. I'm not working to hold my knees here. And then I'm going to lengthen my neck just by sliding my hands up under my head. So I'm not pulling on my head, I'm just simply putting my hands here like I'm hanging out, and then I'm gonna slide, that gentle traction. Then I'm gonna roll my shoulder out, push it down, other shoulder, push it down, and hands here. So in this position, most people will find relief within the first 2 minutes. Why? Because this is passive decompression of your spine. Now, I'm gonna show you one more thing that takes your foundation of starting in pain and getting yourself out of pain that's active, because you want passive tools, and active tools so that you can do things to get stronger and improve your stability so that you can stay out of pain. This passive resting position, decompression at rest, is deceptively simple. And some people will look at this and not try it, but I will tell you, it has worked for me. I am going on 16 years of having zero back pain after having 20 years of back pain. And this is one of my go-to every day. If I can sleep in this position, that's more time decompressing, better. There are nuances for some individual issues. Some people need more height under their knees. Some people need a rolled up hand towel going right across their low back and hips to get a little more extension out of L5-S1, their lumbar spine. So if this isn't working for you within the first 2 minutes, it's not because you're doing it wrong, it's because we have to do something to make it work better for you. Now we're gonna go into active. So this active movement, it's called a seated good morning, will help isolate the hip mobility. Now, your hip is the biggest, strongest joint, biggest bones connected to each other, biggest muscles moving those bones. So if it's the biggest, strongest joint, it should be mobile, it should be stable. This gets you there, and this also helps improve your core strength, your ability to hold and maintain space between each bone in your spine. So a stick, a PVC pipe, something simple, and your guideline are landmarks on your body. Your sacrum, that's the bottom of your spine between your hips, your mid-back between your shoulder blades, and the back of your head. Now, some of you have been out of position for so long with forward head posture, this is gonna be hard to get to. Don't worry about that right now. It will get better. So I'm gonna demonstrate seated good morning. Just know those are the 3 landmarks between your hips, mid-back, and the back of your head. This is a simple bench. I'm gonna straddle it, and you want your feet to be in front of your knees as opposed to your feet being behind your knees. We want the feet in front so that when you hinge, it truly is your hips working. The reason we have the PVC pipe or stick is to see that you are not compensating with movement. If I lose contact with my head, I'm leading with my neck and upper back. Any forward bending is compression in the spine, and we want to avoid that. So we want to start with those 3 points of contact, nice and tall, and we're going to hinge forward. you do this in your pain-free range. So if your range is here, and that's it, that's fine. And you want to think about squeezing your backside to come back up. So I'm leaning forward, everything is staying in line, and I squeeze my backside to come back up, and then I go forward. And I want my eyes forward instead of down, and that just helps you maintain your posture. So the goal is to get full range of motion without losing contact. And you want to work up to 25 reps, full range of motion without losing contact. Once you do, you can make it a resistance exercise, getting stronger and stronger. And there's several other ways to do that. Why this helps is because it helps you create stability while improving strength and mobility at the biggest joint that is responsible for the most work. You have strength and stability in the hips, your low back will be protected, your brain knows it, and your pain starts to fade. Again, this must be done pain-free at your current range of motion. So it may look like this today, it may look like very little movement. Just maintaining this upright posture is going to help with that feedback loop of you're doing the things your brain needs you to do to allow you to get out of pain. Your ribs will flare if you're overarching. And so if you maintain contact with your mid-back, that will help your ribs not flare. Also, if you contract these muscles, so pull in your abdomen and make yourself solid, it helps the ribs not flare. But as I'm going down, if I arch, I lose contact with the middle back. That means I'm overarching and creating tension. Now, if I maintain the head and the mid-back, but I lose contact down here, that means I'm rounding my low back, leading with my lumbar spine, compressing my lumbar spine, and we don't want to do that. So that's why this guideline is important for the first few months or so, and then getting to replicate the range of motion with no pain up to 25 reps gets you a good baseline, and by then 95% or more will be out of low back pain. I want to emphasize the importance of decompress at rest and the seated good morning. The reason you could make this into a 10-minute back pain relief program is because you're taking passive activity, taking your spine out of gravity, and then you're reinforcing it with an active activity, resisting gravity, going through the motion to create strength, stability, and mobility in the biggest joint that supports and protects your low back. So doing them together is the ticket getting you out of pain. Now, you can replace some of the activities that you've been trying that haven't worked with passive decompression, resting position, and seated good mornings. The secret is to find a repeatable daily routine that helps your body unload, reset, and move better. It's not about doing more, it's about being consistent with the things that work. If this is clicking for you and you want to feel better, not just today, but long term, join me online for my daily decompression class. It works, it's simple, and it's guided. Check the link below for the 10-minute reset you can try at home. These are the principles that helped get me out of 20 years of back pain, and they've helped thousands of others with knee, hip, and shoulder, all kinds of muscle and joint pain. If nothing else has worked for you, check out our other videos. Aloha from Maui, we'll see you on the beach. Thanks for sticking around. If you need more help, join us in our school community, Better Human Movement. There you'll find resources to help you get out of pain quickly and back doing the things you love. See you in there.